me to tell you I'm not the failure. I would rather live and let be, but you came with the right kind of threat to push me to let you know you can't intimidate me. You disrespect me so clearly, now you better hear me. That is not the way it goes down.
What is good, you guys? It is me, Obey Anime, and today I'm here to bring you guys a response video to forneworlds. Has mainstream anime failed? I'm pretty late on this, and before we get into this, as you see, there's a mattress behind me. You're probably wondering what the fuck is it doing there. Since I didn't have class today, I've decided to at least clean up my room, so that's why it's there. But I really want to get into this because I thought his video was quite. It was a unique way to see it from his perspective. And if you haven't seen the video, I'll put it down link below, but let me just summarize what he said in the video just so you guys can understand where I'm coming from. Basically, forneworlds talked about where mainstream anime is at in terms of popularity compared to animes in the early to late 90s. So my overall thoughts on this is that the reason why, and I do agree that mainstream anime, it hasn't failed, and it isn't, anime itself isn't dying, but it hasn't failed. I mean, if you want to compare it to the late 90s, then it's not as popular as the late 90s. But then again, there are two things we need to take into consideration: the history. I almost threw up the middle finger on you guys, but we have to take into consideration the history of animes from the early 80s to late 90s, even early 2000s, and also the time we're in now. We're in an age where TV is irrelevant at this point. It literally is. Everything, all the information you can get on this computer. You can get on the internet. It's that simple. I mean, I remember to a point where in which, I don't know if you guys have Buckeye cable system. I've got DirecTV. I used to have Buckeye cable system, but I remember when that Buckeye used to be expensive as fuck. But from what I'm hearing now, times have gotten crazy to a point at which basic cable itself will be free. It will be free. Why? Because it's irrelevant. But first, let's talk about the history of anime. So when I'm talking, we're going to talk about the early 80s to probably early 2000s from those animes pretty much. So when we look at the early 80s to late 2000s, we had a lot of shows actually being promoted. We had Astro Boy, we had DBZ, Rurouni Kenshin, Gundam Wing, what else? Ronin Warriors. And it wasn't the fact that, unlike Cartoon Network, unlike your Kill la Kill, unlike Parasite, which I heard is coming on Toonami, these shows weren't just being promoted or being aired on just Cartoon Network. No, DBZ, for example, Cartoon Network was not the first place DBZ was on. Correct me if I'm wrong, DBZ started on Fox Kids, I believe, and the ratings just weren't there. They just weren't there. So, like One Piece, it ended up failing and it hopped to Cartoon Network. Now, when DBZ was on Fox Kids, that's back when they had the Ocean dub, and a lot of people weren't fond of the Ocean dub. Me, hey man, I like Ocean dub Jace. That shit was nice, man. But it really started booming when it went to Cartoon Network. And that's how it was for a lot of other animes. I remember, from what I heard from my uncle, Astro Boy in the early 80s was on 2 channels, I believe. I'm like, what? Okay, alright. And we have to take this into account. The mainstream animes that we know today weren't always just stuck on that one channel. They were promoted on different channels, different television channels. You had anime such as your Pokemon on the WB channel. Then it went to Cartoon Network, So I mean, it got widely promoted. Even Digimon Digimon was first on Fox, and then Disney got that. So there was a lot of self-promotion. But also, we have to take account, there used to be so many commercials on these different animes, different mainstream animes. Your DBZ. Does anyone remember when they were airing commercials for the DBZ toys, for even the Budokai games? Even for Gundam. They were announcing Gundam toys, Gundam figurines. Even when it came to making their little promotion trailer for Gundam, they did that. You don't see these type of things happen for your mainstream animes. You don't see this type of stuff happen for your Naruto, for your what's another one? Bleach. You don't see that. Even in terms of One Piece, you don't see that here in the US. No. I mean, granted, One Piece is very popular in Japan, but in the US, no, not really. I mean, shit, they even did it for Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho had its own little promotion for even its, what is it called? Yu Yu Hakusho The Dark Tournament. That game for PS2. So, if you look at the time back then to now, the TV scene used to be huge. Television scene used to be huge. But if you look at the time now, where we've got, like I said, our Naruto, our Bleach, our One Piece, I guess you can call Attack on Titan mainstream, even that, it's a different time. We're in a digital age. Everything is becoming digital. You don't see people using VHS tapes. I remember buying VHS tapes for DBZ because I enjoyed it that much. I don't have to do that anymore. Honestly, I could just torrent the fuck out of DBZ if I want to now. You couldn't do that back in the day. You really couldn't do that. And if you did, it would take a shit ton of RAM. I mean, honestly, I could fill up a terabyte full of just DBZ itself if I wanted to. So like I said, we're in a digital age right now, man. We're in a digital age. And the other thing is, we're not promoting anything in this digital age. I mean, there's no more, there isn't any more waiting a week or so to watch an episode or craving to get that episode. Like, if I want to right now, when it comes to Magi, which I am doing, I can zip through these episodes all at once. I don't have to wait 1 week like you did with Toonami. Now, granted, growing up, the Toonami schedule did change. Toonami used to air every day, Monday through Saturday, I believe. And on Fridays, I believe they had something called the Midnight Run, where they would have this shit going till midnight. Or not even till midnight, but it was at a certain time till like 5 in the morning, because then at that point the slots changed and we had our cartoons. But you get what I'm saying. Even let's even scratch that. Even then, you used to just have it air on. You used to have it air on Saturdays. People like myself were craving that, especially when it came to Naruto during the Chunin exams. Oh yes, people. I really, week by week, I was hyped. I wanted to see it. Naruto versus Neji, Naruto versus Kiba, Sasuke versus Gaara, people. Yes. So overall, do I think mainstream anime has failed compared to the animes back in the early 80s to early 2000s? Yeah, I mean, there hasn't been as much promotion, I guess you could say. There really hasn't been much. There hasn't been a lot of promotion, and plus we're in a different age. We're in a digital age. We can get everything. We don't have to wait. We're not craving for things, and I guess you could say that's it. So yeah, I think these are my overall thoughts. Sorry for, going all over the place if it felt like that, but I decided to do a response because I honestly found your video unique in a type of way for Neverworld. So overall, I hope you check this out. If not, you guys, it's whatever. Hit that like button, comment down below, give me your thoughts. Other than that, you guys, I am out.